Welcome back to Scotty's Movies, and today I'm going to talk about my top 10 nostalgic films from my childhood that I used to basically watch all the time. Yeah, let's get started. Okay, so before I start my list, I'm just going to run through a few um, honourable mentions. First one is Star Wars trilogy, the original Star Wars trilogy from the late 70s, early 80s. Basically, I grew up with Star Wars. It's probably my favourite film is Empire Strikes Back. The only reason I'm not putting it in my list of nostalgic movies is because this is, I think basically everyone grew up with this. If you were in the 80s, and I mean it's going to be on probably most people's lists. So I don't want to leave it as like an honorable mention, but yeah, absolutely love Star Wars. Like I said, my favorite films, one of the Star Wars movies. Yeah, and along the same lines, we've got the Indiana Jones movies. That's obviously Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and Last Crusade. Again, seen these many, many, many times growing up. Absolutely love them. Don't really want to mention the fourth movie, but obviously that wasn't out when I was growing up, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, absolutely love these, but yeah, Indiana Jones, honourable mention there. And again, along the same lines, we've got the Back to the Future trilogy, again from 1985, 1989, and actually 1990. Absolutely love these movies. A massive time travel fan. I've seen them. I couldn't tell you how many times I've seen these films, but again, yeah, absolutely brilliant. And the next one for honorable mentions is Airplane. Yeah, this is probably my favourite comedy of all time. If not, it's right up there. Absolutely love this film. Seen it countless times. I remember growing up. Used to absolutely in tears at the scene in the bar when they got the Bee Gees song playing. Yeah, it's just brilliant. Yeah, that's Airplane. And also from the makers of Airplane, another honourable mention, we've got Top Secret. Now, this is very underrated film, I think. I don't know if many people have seen this. Like I say, it's from the makers of Airplane, and I think this is, if not just as good, it's not very far behind at all. It's absolutely brilliant film. I've seen it so many times. Love the music in it. You got Val Kilmer there, doing all the all these obviously own songs, and you love them. They're so funny. And yeah, if you've not seen Top Secret, I highly recommend you dig it up from somewhere. I mean, you don't have to look at the cover there. You've got cows with wellies on. Don't need to say more. But yeah, that's last honourable mention. That's Top Secret. Now on to the top 10. Okay, so number 10 is going to be Time Bandits. This is filmed by Terry Gilliam, and it actually stars a few of the Monty Python crew. You got John Cleese in there. You got Uncle Palin. Yeah, I used to watch this so much growing up. It's about these dwarfs that basically have this map that they've stolen from the Supreme Being, and they basically just sort of travel through time. And this young lad, sort of from like 1982, which I think that's when it's from, sort of tags along with him. But yeah, there's so many great scenes in this. As I say, some big actors in it as well. I think Sean Connery's in there as well. John Cleese plays Robin Hood. He's probably, I think, probably the funniest Robin Hood you'll ever see on the screen. Um, yeah, I used to watch this a lot growing up, as I said, and yeah, it's another time travel movie, which again, as I said before, is one of my favourite genres. So yeah, that's Time Bandit. It's a great film. And number 9 is going to be Disney's The Black Hole. Um, this is brought out, I think, late 70s. I think it was about 79. I think Disney sort of tried to capitalise on the success of Star Wars, and they brought this out. I love this film. It was something that had like quite a good cast with I know Ernest Borgnine's in it and Anthony Perkins, like Psycho himself. And I always think it's got a fantastic score in it as well. But yeah, it had you can see some of the cast there, and there was like these little robots there called Vincent and Bob, I think it was. But yeah, a funny story about this film. I remember going to see this on a holiday in Blackpool, and it was basically pissing down for the week. And yeah, I went to see it with the family. I would have been about 8 or 9 or something like that. And everyone fell asleep except me. No, I don't know if that's a good recommendation for it, but yeah, it is really good. It's a good sci-fi film. It's good fun. It's worth checking out. And the next one, number 8, is going to be War Games with Matthew Broderick. Yeah, this is so dated now. Obviously, with the technology and everything, but this is one of them films that if it was ever on the TV, I could just join it anytime. I just watched it to the end. I don't know what it was about this film. I think I love films with computers and that. I was a big fan of the Net with Sandra Bullock, which is from the 90s. Again, another film that's dated obviously badly, but I don't know what it is. I just love it. It's quite a good thriller. And yeah, I'd recommend it. Okay, number 7 is going to be another Disney film, which is Condor Man, starring Michael Crawford. This was Disney's attempts at basically sort of a superhero, but another one that's got a great soundtrack. I remember seeing this in the cinema in, I think it was the early 80s. I can't remember exactly when it came out, but yes, it's a good fun movie. He's, as I say, kind of a superhero, but bit of a bumbling superhero, kind of. But all I remember about it as a kid, he had like a boat and a car, like a. Don't ask me what the make of car was, but it was. I want to say like a Porsche or Ferrari, something like that. I'm not great on cars, but yeah, it's just a great fun movie. It's I don't think it's available on Blu-ray in the UK. I think it might be part of the Disney Club in the States, but would love to pick that up one day if I could find it. Okay, number 6 is gonna be Clue. Now, this is basically the movie of the board game Cluedo, as it's known in this country, starring Tim Curry, Michael McKean, Madeline Kahn, Christopher Lloyd. Some great names in this, and yeah, if you've not seen this one, it's such a funny film, and it actually has 3 alternate endings as well. Another one, like I say, I've seen this countless times, but I just never get bored of it. It's so funny. Tim Curry is brilliant in it. It's probably one of my favourite Tim Curry films. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, highly recommend checking out Clue. Okay, number 5 is going to be. Well, it says there Daddy's Cadillac, but this is actually License to Drive, starring the Corries, Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. Now, these guys were all over the 80s, started in things like Lost Boys, Corey Feldman in the Goonies, in the Burbs. I think Corey Haim was in a couple of films, Lucas and Silver Bullet. But I think this is the first time they actually team up together after Lost Boys, and yeah, it's basically about Corey Haim's character Les, who's all about passing his driving test, and spoilers, basically he fails, but goes out in the car anyway, and it's just like the adventures on some wild night out in the car when he's not got a license. And it's also got Heather Graham in it. I don't think this might be one of her first roles, if not the first role. But yeah, I love this film. I know so many lines out of it, pretty much know it word for word. One of the best bits in it is probably Uncle Phil from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as a driving instructor, and he's just fantastic in it. But yeah, very underrated film. Probably not a lot of people have seen this, but yeah, License to Drive, recommend picking it up. This is actually a German release. Okay, number 4 is going to be Adventures in Babysitting with Elizabeth Shue. Another one that I watched growing up. Absolutely love this film. Seen it hundreds, no, not hundreds of times, but a hell of a lot of times. Yeah, about a bunch of kids that go on a night on the town in like with the babysitter and just get into all sorts of scrapes. And yeah, they do end up climbing up a building, you could say. But yeah, this was also known, I think, as a night in the town. It might have been in England. It was known as a night in the town, or the States. I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't ever known it as Adventures in Babysitting, and I think it come on TV here once as a night on the town, which I thought was a bit strange. But maybe someone can comment down below why that was. But yeah, I love this film. Yeah, it is on Disney Plus available at the moment, but it is cut as well. So just a warning there, but it's worth checking out. Okay, number 3. Now this is BMX Bandits, Australian film. This is actually Nicole Kidman's first movie. Now, the acting in this is rubbish, but it's one of them. I've seen it so many times again that I could pretty much quote it word for word. It's just a fun sort of kids movie. Couple of great songs in it as well. But yeah, kids on bikes, kids doing, well, back in one long advert for BMXs basically. But I love it. Yeah. Check it out if you can. If you're a bit of a Nicole Kidman completist, it's definitely worth checking out. Okay, number 2 is going to be Red Dawn. Now this is an action movie that I watched so many times in the 80s. It stars Patrick Swayze, Charlie Sheen, Jennifer Grey, Leah Thompson, C. Thomas Howell. Who else? There's probably a couple of others I've forgotten. Well, it's basically about these kids that take on the kind of the Russians when the Russians invade America. It's just a great action film. It was remade a few years ago, I think, with Chris Hemsworth or Liam Hemsworth. I can't remember one of them. And it was rubbish. But yeah, if you can check out the original, this is the one to check out. Red Dawn. Love this film. My number 1 in my top 10 nostalgic movies is Transformers the movie, the animated movie from 1986. I'm sorry. I've probably mentioned this on previous videos, but absolutely adored Transformers the movie growing up. Obviously, heartbreaking, one particular scene when you're a kid, and it still probably gets to you now. But one of the greatest things about this movie I absolutely love is the soundtrack. 2 of my favourite songs of all time in The Touch and Dare. Also got a bit of Weird Al Yankovic in there with a great song called Dare to Be Stupid. It's basically just one long advert for the latest range of the Transformers toys that were coming out when they kind of progressed from Optimus Prime up to like Hot Rod and Cup. But I just love them all. I've seen this so many times. Watched it just recently when I picked up this Blu-ray. Maybe one day I probably would like to upgrade it to 4K. Don't know if there's much difference, but uh, yeah, that's Transformers the movie. So yeah, that's my top 10 nostalgic movies from when I was a child and when I was growing up. Comment down below what your favourite nostalgic movies are, and if you liked any of these, uh, give us a like. Feel free to subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell for more videos like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.